And Phoenix Business Center is live in the South Edition of Phoenix, where we get together every week to try and just keep that connection going and to find out how we can help each other in some way. And we have other members from other chapters also joining us, so it's also great to have them. So thank you, all those that are taking that time. And I know this time is very precious in the morning because a lot of it is for organization. So to have you be here, we are just so delighted. It's awesome. So we're going to get right into our education. And Penny Lee, what do you have something for us?
Good morning, everyone. Wanted to share today, over the holidays, sometimes we have last minute presentations that we have to fill in for people. So I thought it'd be a good idea to go over a basic outline to create your 10-minute infomercial so that you're prepared. You can actually use this for your 1-minute infomercial as well. But if you've got something ready, it's much easier to be able to step in and fill the spot in a moment's notice. So having something ready is always really important. Be prepared. I think somebody talked about being prepared last week in our education, as a matter of fact. So creating an infomercial, a 10-minute infomercial, what you want to do is make sure you fine tune and provide clarity so that you have a good foundation to work with. So once you have the foundation, then you can also extract pieces of it to do your 1-minute infomercial. So there's 9 points. First of all, you want to point out, who are you? Your name and the name of your company that you are working with, and take ownership. If you're representing a company, it's still your company, your business, and you are a representative of those products, for example. What do you do? So how do you solve issues for clients? So what is it that you do? And have a very specific, point that you help people with. Who are you looking to do business with? There might be people that you don't want to do business with. And I know Tony has mentioned this several times, particularly with Ema. She's a photographer, but she does not do weddings. So who are you looking to do business with? What solutions do you offer or help with? And how do you offer thanks or gratitude to your customers for offering solutions? Maybe you have a promotion, maybe you offer some sort of an incentive, an affiliate program, something like that. Who are your ideal clients? Who are your favorite clients that you like to work with so that you can attract more of those kinds of clients? What services and products do you offer? And why do you stand out, or what makes you different and unique? And why would people want to work with you? What's your motto or tagline? Because this can be a real, like Jacqueline, the mortgage honey, that stands out in people's minds. So what's your tagline, and how do you let that imprint on your potential client's mind? And how do you refer someone? How does someone refer someone to you? So what's the best way for them to connect with you? I know I've had several referrals from Shane, and he often sends me a text and asks me if I can send him an email so that he can connect us. So what's your favorite way of being referred? So from these 9 questions, sit down, ask yourself those 9 questions. And you know what? If you have a 1-minute answer for each one of those questions, that's your 10-minute presentation right there. So super simple. That's our education for today.
Yeah, thank you very much, Penny Lee. It is so true. But just to add, if I may, Penny Lee, the reason people are choosing you is not because you're in business. They're choosing you because, like Penny Lee says, to solve a problem. What problem are you solving? And when people can, if you only look at why do we bring in plumbers, or why do we bring in electricians? Because we have a problem that we want solved. And whether or not we're going to choose one person or another, what makes you different and stand out, and make it so that it is just so obvious to choose you. And if you know that, other people have to as well. Somebody once said that if you are good at your job, you're going to get certain amount of people. If you're great at your job, then people will find you. Just that thing there. Okay, we'll get right into our introductions. Okay, guys. And we have the luxury of listening to Steve later on in his presentation. So, Steve, we're really looking forward to that. So let's start off the ball with Susan McGarry.
Well, good morning. Now the pressure's on. Thanks, Penny. I'm just kidding. My name is Susan McGarry. I am with a company called Restream. We carry 15 health and wellness products adopted from the Mediterranean. The one that's getting me super excited right now is the new product called Joint Control. This is the one that's working for my customers so far. After a couple of days, they're texting me, writing me, calling me, letting me know of the positive results that they're receiving. So if there's anyone that you know and care about that's suffering from pain, because you don't have to, have them reach out to me. I have a short video clip that I can share with them. It's puretrimjoint.com, and they can watch that. That's how I service my prospects. I get them to watch the video and let them make an arbitrary decision on their own. And the service that I provide is delivery, online, in person, and I do, for our members, offer a 10% discount for everybody that gets started on the product. So essentially giving it tax-free. Susan McGarry with Pure Trim, thank you for allowing me to share, and have a fabulous weekend.
Great. Thank you very much, Susan. Right on, too, and time is perfect. Penny Lee, over to you.
Good morning, Penny Lee Provo. I'm known as the Dancing Motivator. I'm the co-founder of the Graduate Thrivers. But today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the other service that I offer, which I'm a wedding officiant. And oftentimes people are all excited about getting married down south, maybe in the Dominican, in Mexico, or whatever. And not all places offer legal wedding ceremonies. So I've been getting a lot of last minute requests to officiate ceremonies here in Canada, just to do a make it legal signing ceremony so that they're legally married here, and then they can go down south to celebrate with all of their friends and family. So it makes it much easier for people to be able to have the confidence of knowing that all the legal work is already done before they head out on their vacation. So what I'm looking for is people that you might hear talking about getting married down south, and I'd be happy to provide that service for them. I'm a lot of fun and easy to work with, and so it makes it for a very smooth, streamlined ceremony. Thank you. And my tagline is, good one for that one. I don't know. Moving to heal is what I hear.
Moving to marry.
Yeah. Moving to
Tony said, I want to marry you. That should be my tagline. I want to.
That's good.
That was awesome. I almost feel like getting married again. Thanks, Penny Lee. Norm, over to you, sir. What's happening in your world?
You're talking to me, Tony?
Yes, sir. Norm, it's up.
My wife
You're next.
interrupted me. I have a friend who was a bishop in the church, and some young lady said, "Oh, President McKeever, would you marry me?" And he says, "I'm sorry, I'm already married."
I get it.
Okay.
It's Norm Boy's home maintenance repair. What's happening, you may have noticed, it's a little chillier in the morning. So, it's a sign that winter is coming. So we need to get houses ready for winter. You got to weather strip the doors and fix the windows. But there becomes a time, fixing windows I can do even if it's cold. But when I have to weather strip a door, it's a lot of finicky work. It's a bit of inside, a bit of outside. And unfortunately, I will not put in weather stripping when I have to wear gloves because it slows me down, it's hard, and I'm too old to get my fingers cold. So if you know anybody that needs to get ready for winter, now's the time to get ready for winter. I have a weather strip available, so Boys Home Maintenance Repair, we fix your home. Don't have time to do it, don't know how to do it, don't want to do it, we will do it, if you get us in time. Boys Home Maintenance Repair.
Thank you, Norm. And by the way, the weather stripping doesn't stick very well when it's cold. I've tried. So I totally understand that.
If you have a weather stripping that sticks, you have the wrong weather stripping.
Oh, well, there you go. Okay. I did not know that.
Now you know.
Okay. Thanks. Hi, Terry. Are you ready to go there? Over to you.
I am. Thanks so much, Tony.
Yep.
So I'm Terry Black, your retirement living expert. And what I do is I support, advocate, and educate seniors, families in our community on retirement living. And so we offer Riviera Living, short-term stays, longer-term stays, and fall and winter stays. With Riviera, you live your life your way on your terms. And this is more living at Riviera. Thanks so much, everybody.
Thank you, Terry. Awesome. And Tova, over to you. Woohoo!
Good morning.
Good morning, girl.
So I am Tova. I am representing Sheldon Carrasco Insurance and Financial Services. And if you spell that out in letters, it's SCIAFS. So we kind of now have adopted this little saying in our heads that we're the CIA. We're here to serve and protect. And the reason I say that is because now all across the board, I'm sure everyone's noticed, if they look at their insurance, auto rates are definitely going up. Everything seems to be going up. The cost of living seems to be going up. And one of the main things we're finding right now is people are coming to us for quotes when they're with another company. They want to save money. And the most common thing is they don't know what they have on their insurance. So instead of approaching it on a sales aspect, I'm personally, and our team is personally trying to go in, and when a new client calls, we try to get a hold of their current policy to see what they have and customize it to them, and also just make them aware, to serve and protect, to make them aware that, hey, if your basement floods, you don't have coverage, or perhaps you might want a little bit more liability if someone were to, slip, trip, and fall on your commercial property. So we're educators, as well as, educators and salespeople, and sometimes psychologists when we're listening to people on the phone. But in general, we're home and auto specialists, and we're happy to look at anybody's policy to see what they have. And hopefully, if we can't offer a competitive rate, we can at least educate people on what they have and what they need. So that's us in a nutshell. Back to you, Tony.
Thank you, Tova. Awesome.
You're welcome, Tony.
Tanya, over to you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tanya Hewitt from Beyond Safety Compliance. Conflict has a really negative vibe to it in a lot of our Western culture. There is a company, it's called Southwest Airlines, that operates only in the Southwest of the US, and they have trained everybody in the company to have come to Jesus moments. What on earth is that, you might ask? So this is when anybody, so we're talking ticket agent and baggage handler, for example, maybe somebody said something that was off color, maybe somebody looked at them the wrong way, something it didn't sit well with one of the people. Everybody is allowed to have a come to Jesus moment where they put down everything and for 2 minutes, they hash it out to not let things fester. That's what healthy companies do. And I can help get you there. Beyond Safety Compliance, how does your work look?
Thank you, Tanya. That's awesome. And Sam, over to you.
Thank you, Tony. Good morning, everyone. Sam Sturris, ConnectedCars.ca, also known as Dashcam Sam, because I do things like install things like this, a dash camera in your vehicle. A very important product to have in your vehicle, keeps you safe on the road, because sooner or later you're going to have an accident. And what can happen from an accident is, well, the finger gets pointed at you, and what can end up is you end up in court. But the dash camera provides unbiased evidence of who's at fault. And that's a very important thing and save you lots of time and lots of energy and lots of frustration. Also a great anti-theft device. Nobody wants to be on film, possibly on the internet, shown trying to steal your vehicle. So those two things, if you're interested in something like that, or you know someone is, please give me a referral. Sam Sturz, connectedcars.ca. Today's mobile electronics without the cost of a new vehicle and a heck of a lot more.
Thank you, Sam. Bang on. Okay. Jacqueline, over to you. The mortgage honey.
The mortgage honey who took a breath and lifted her shoulders and took them back and released them down. And I continue to say thank you. I went on a trip to PEI and I brought back water. And I had no idea that that's red earth in PEI. The things you learn when you choose to step up and say, I will help you, I will follow you. This is from my client's home, the second home that they built in PEI. And they did that a few years ago and did it for a family. They did it for their mom so that she would go back to the place that she'd grown up in. They're all here in Ottawa, and they did something that was profound for them. And I will ask you, how do you think they felt when they walked in? When you are looking for strategies for your mortgage money, you want to contact your mortgage honey.
Thank you very much, Jacqueline. That's great. And just get it. Oh, where'd it go? Had the timer here. Okay, here we go. Doing 4 things at the same time. Hi, everybody. Tony Jennings from Higher Self. I'm the spirit guy of the group. One of the things I love to do is just look and follow the progress of the people that are working with me. A lot of times when people come to me, it's one of the last things that they do. They'll look at every option before they'll look at their whatever's going on inside. And inside is where everything starts. If you're not feeling good, if you're not feeling like you're worthy, you're not feeling like you're enough, that's an inside job. And as it starts permeating out, then things around you start looking like it's not enough. Other people aren't enough. Your family isn't enough. I'm just not getting enough attention. And so when we look at the solutions for that, we always look at the outside. And when we look at the inside, we see so many pieces of evidence there. I'm working on a special meditation, and it's called, that I'll be looking at on Friday, and it's called You Are a Mountain. And we're going to talk about how one person's journey going to Mount Everest really changed their life, and how all that wind and air was able to heal them in that way. So they did it themselves. And we're going to be talking about why that happened. So Tony Jennings from Higher Self, where we're here to raise your spirits. Okay, and every week we give one particular member more of an opportunity to talk about their business, to talk about their industry more so than in a 1-minute segment. And this week we're going to be featuring Steve Brenninkmeyer, and he's going to be talking about his industry and how it has changed, and how we can look at different solutions of how we can address today's consumer and what they're looking for. So Steve, take it away.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to do a quick intro to what I'm going to say, and then we're going to do a share screen. So my business is first of all, I'm Steve Brenninkmeyer. My business is By Media Design. That's my business card. I don't know if you can see it. Another way to show my logo. Does that show up straight or does that show up backwards?
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Looks good from your perspective. Great. So By Media Design is actually a company that's been around since the early 2000, actually, right on the nose. I kind of opened it up at that time. I was doing other related work. I've been doing this since 1988, graduating from design school. That's before the internet. So I was a print designer, communication designer. The general heading of what I do is communications and branding. And of course, now the web has come along and everything's online. So of course, I've gone along with that because that's where the action is, and that's where I can help my clients. And I love to work with small to medium-sized businesses. Actually, it's pretty much a specialty of mine. I'll take a bigger business if it comes along, but there's a lot of times I'm working with smaller shops, and that suits me just fine. And I will share the screen right now, and we can jump right into the pain slide, we could call it. Let's see now. Okay, okay, I know what's going on. Just have to pull this up. Okay. So there's the pain slide. Does that fill the screen for you guys pretty much? Ish?
Yep, it's good.
You can see that? Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so loss of faith. Yeah, you guys commented it's kind of a heavy slide right off the bat. It gets lighter after this slide. But what happens is a lot of times, you know, one of the questions, and Penny Lee did a great job of summarizing how one of these presentations should be done. I was thinking, oh my God, I got to go back and rewrite it quickly, but I don't have time to do that. But hopefully I can hit some of the things that she was mentioning. And one of the things she was saying is like, explain exactly what you can do for people, what problem you're solving. So when I start conversations with a lot of people, there's a lot of people that have already had experience with digital marketing companies, and they've had any one of these emotions, and there could be more that are listed, but a lot of them quite often are upset. They're like, I've spent a lot of money on this stuff already. Things haven't been working. They're unimpressed with results they've gotten before. They're demoralized because maybe they've done that more than once with more than one company. And they're thinking, how is this ever going to be better? Are you going to be able to do anything better? And they're a bit desperate because they actually, of course, still need to solve that initial problem of getting found and seen, their product seen online. So I do my best to address these issues and come up with a plan that solves their problems and doesn't rope them into a long contract. Some of these companies, and the reasons they get upset is because they get roped into one-year contracts, and halfway through things go south, but they're still paying the monthly bills. We don't do that. We have a different approach, and it's very much performance-based. And what just happened there? No. Oh gosh. Help. Okay, we don't want that. Something happened here. Ay. Okay, hold on. I have to find it again. Guys,
Maybe stop share and then start again, Steve.
No, it's here. I should be, yeah, there we go. We're good. You can see it again? Can you see that? Oh, is it sharing?
Your slide.
Yes, it is sharing, Steve. It's all good. We can see it.
And you can see trust is the key ingredient?
Yes.
Great. We're back. Okay, so trust is the key ingredient, obviously. And as I've listed here, the obvious things are be reachable. And this is what I try to do myself as a company, but it's true for all of us that are running our businesses. Be reachable, provide top-notch customer service, share positive reviews and testimonials, be honest and transparent, and ask for feedback. All of these things are important. They're kind of obvious. Everyone's been over that a million times, but it bears repeating. People forget that when everything is built on trust, and it can easily be undone if you don't pay attention to the key items. There could be other things on that list, but those are some of the key ones. I also find that stories rule, okay? So storytelling is really important. It's one thing to give people facts, but people don't want salesy stuff. Sure, they're interested if you've got a special on something, but you really have to couch that with a good story before you hit them with, and by the way, it's 2 for 1 today, or whatever bundle you're going to give them. It really needs to be preceded. And the main thing that people are going to respond to initially is what is it that you can do for them? But also, can you put that into a story? Can you make it real? Can you relate to their pain? Like a lot of things that we do as business owners is we're solving problems for people. We're offering a product or a service that solves a problem or gets rid of pain, because people want to get rid of pain if there's any kind of pain going on, any sort of pain, physical pain or pain, emotional pain, or things related to their business that aren't going well. So stories help to pull people in, because we're hardwired to deal or to respond to stories much more than lots of texts explaining things. And the other thing is pictures, right? And the particular thing I want to say today is that infographics are really powerful. So we all know pictures work. Video and pictures are way more interesting than text. And when you when you actually talk about infographics, what is an infographic? Well, it's something that combines pictures and words into a graphic, basically, that provides core information about your business. And these things are easy to remember. And what I love about them as well is if you've got a good infographic on your website, it's going to provide you 24/7 exposure. This is in contrast to being on meetings like this, where we do our elevator pitches, we get the 1 minute, a chance to explain what we do. Well, a good infographic is working 24/7 on your website, and it's great value. It's a really good way to bump up the look of your website. And you can take that same infographic, use it on your social media, and you could even use it in print if that's applicable. If you have a brochure or anything like a postcard that you're sending out to people, any kind of marketing stuff you could. So here's one I had for my business, and it's a little bit, it was kind of cute, but I'm using it less. Now, it does show the various things that I do: search engine optimization, search engine marketing, social media marketing,
Two cream, one sweet.
email marketing. It has all the stuff, but it's a little hard to digest. People get that, okay, there's a bunch of stuff that Steve does. There's some pillars there's some steps at the bottom, which are the foundations, and the pillars all create kind of a Greek temple, which who doesn't love a nice Greek temple? But I've moved on. I found it a little, it's not as effective as I'd like. It's hard to read. Nobody wants to kind of turn their head sideways. So this is part of the process of design. You realize you do something, you put it out there, and you realize, maybe it's not as strong as it could be. I simplified things. I made something a little bit more like this. I've now it's slightly different information here. This is kind of showing slightly different things, and I'm showing 4 main things. I've narrowed down how much I'm showing, and I've got icons here, and a bit of color, and a bit of movement. Everyone likes to see a bit of a splash of color. I mean, it really helps. Color, if used properly, can really help. And icons, this is really the core of a lot of good infographics, is little pictograms like this or icons can really kind of set you apart. Apart from anything else, it just looks more, I think it looks more user-friendly when we see icons, and we can immediately, it gives the brain kind of immediately gets it, and you don't have to read as much. Another thing that's powerful, look at these 2 examples here. You've got the one design on the left without the numbers, and there's a process that, the 3 ways. Now, if you didn't have the numbering, you wouldn't know which was it's just nice to have a numbering system to kind of, it kind of clues you right in, that you know where to read first, sort of thing. And so numbers are important. And when you're using icons, this is, again, a before and after. So on the left, it's the same icons, but if you just kind of pop them right into a design without any background, they don't pop. You don't see them. They get lost. So often it helps to put them in a geometric shape. A lot of times that's a circle. Sometimes squares work nicely. It could be any shape. But making them pop is part of the job. Here's another example. Those icons kind of float there, but if you put them in the circles, suddenly, boom. Again, you can quickly look at that and gather a lot of information just from those icons. I worked for a guy once who did a whole metro system in Mexico City. And the people in Mexico City, 1968, at around the time of the Olympics, the World Olympics that they had there were a lot of illiterate people. There still are a lot of illiterate people in Mexico City now. They can't read. They don't read the signs. They don't know if it's their stop, they wouldn't know. So he created a pictogram for every stop on the subway. So pictograms are powerful. Startup. Okay, so this is just a way that you could do a list of goals. You know, it makes it more interesting. A little bit of motion, a bit of color. A numbered list can be made more interesting. So you can take almost any information you're showing and make it more palatable, easier to engage with. And yes, short and sweet. I'm actually done. This is the main thing I wanted to say is the power of infographics. Consider using it for your business. I think sometimes putting on the first page of your website, top of the fold, Tanya knows what I'm talking about when I say that one. But a lot of people understand that the top of the fold, above the fold rather, is what you see when you first come to a website. And an infographic could very well be a good thing to put there. It's not the right thing for every business, but if you don't have it on the first page, you might have it elsewhere. Consider using an infographic somewhere on your website for sure, with a call to action. And finally, they can also be animated, which also you take the power of an infographic and put a bit of animation in it. Now you've got an extra powerful thing to get people's attention. So that's it from me today. I'm looking just to answer one of the things that Penny Lee said, identify who you're looking for. And I think I'm looking for anyone that has a site that can use a little bit more oomph. That's just, if you're on somebody's site and you go, you know, that seems to be lacking, it seems to be a bit dated, or it needs a little bit of something. Doing one of these infographics, even for someone who has a very limited budget, is one of the most powerful ways. It's the best thing I can offer, the best value. If they apply, you know, I have to look at the type of business they have, but it applies to 99% of businesses. It can be done for almost anyone. So it's the best thing I can think of to give a little punch to any website, even without doing a full website redesign. So it's the best value for the money. Okay, that's it from me. By Media Design, helping you leverage your online presence. Any questions?
Yeah, thank you, Steve. That's great. Are there any questions?
Okay.
Anybody like to ask any questions? We have a couple of minutes. Yeah, Sam.
Hey, Sam.
Hey, Steve, thanks for your presentation. I just want to clarify something. Infographic, is that a video or is that just a picture?
It tends to be just a picture. It's the examples I just showed you. I mean, we could quickly go back. I'll just quickly, now that you're asking specifics here.
Yeah, it's like a flow chart. It's just a picture of something, and you want the people.
I'm just going to scroll back, Sam. That would be an infographic, so it's not doing anything. It could be. I did say they could be animated, so you could put a little motion into these things. But basically, the core infographic is this type of stuff, Sam. You've seen it in magazines. You've seen it, but mostly on websites these days.
Dave, we can't. You have to share.
Oh yeah, the share. Okay, we got to share again. Well, Sam, you saw them before, right? The things I was showing you.
Yeah.
We're good?
Yeah, there's a picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, does anybody else have any questions? Okay, Steve, that was great. Good review over all that stuff. It's, I mean, it's amazing how far the marketing has come, because now we have to look at the way people are looking at things, and we are so busy, and there's so many pieces of advertising coming to us all the time on our social media. Our phones constantly ringing for some reason, and it's got to be fast. So some picture is very powerful. And when I see there's a lot of writing, I don't know about anybody else, but when I see a lot of writing, I just can't be bothered. It's just too much, you know. And a lot of people want to put a lot of information in that initial thing, and it's like I just can't do it, because I've got 4 of the things that I've got to be somewhere, and I think a lot of people are like that, because they have many things that they are doing and they want to get it done and so on, and so it's got to be very quick. So yeah, good presentation. That's great. Penny Lee, do you want to just go over some of the the speakers that are coming up in the next few weeks? I know
Sure.
I know you posted it, but if you want to mention it.
I did. Now I got to open my chat. Okay. So Terry Black, are you good for next week? Okay, cool. And then Eric Perron will be the week after the long weekend. So I had updated it because I forgot about the long weekend. Sheldon is going to be doing his presentation on the 21st, and then Norm on the 28th. So that's the month of September.
Perfect. Okay. So Tova, you're going to be on again. Well, hey, down the road, eh?
I'm going to be here.
Okay, awesome. All right, just to give you a quick stats of how Phoenix is doing, we are at 326 referrals to date. And I mean, that's basically this year. 337 BAMs. Again, they're so close, and I'm constantly looking at the relationship between those two. And so what it comes down to, and the numbers don't lie, when you do more BAMs, there's more referrals. Simple as that. And it's just the way it works. So try to do at least 2 BAMs, because that's one of the requirements for the contest. When you do 2 BAMs in that week, your name goes into that ballot, okay? Business-wise, we're at 196,000 and some change. Our e-card is at 8,700, or just over 8,700. And I also want you to realize that if you haven't checked out your e-card lately, do so. Maybe something has changed in your business. Maybe you're now doing a podcast. Like a year ago, you weren't doing it. Anything that is automatic is things like a website, like Steve had pointed out. If your URL is the same and you now have a brand new website, but your everything else is the same, your e-card changes automatically because it is based on the URL. If you change your URL, then just let us know and we could rectify that. Okay. All changes, of course, are free. And if you have a new headshot, or if some pictures that might be like 15 years old and you might want to upgrade them or put another picture in there if you had a professional shot where it was just from your phone before. So yeah, just go through some of the links and see if they're still valid and if you want people to go to a certain place. All right. And we have, let's see, yeah. Right now, let's do a quick overview of how our calendar is doing. Now, this calendar this month is just great for networking. It makes you healthy. It has something to do with your outer body and exercise, your inner body with meditation. There's a lot of networking opportunities and so on. So if you have a chance, go to our site, pbex.ca, and check things out. Later today, Penny Lee will be doing her Moving to Heal at 10. I'm doing my meditation class every Friday at 1:30 as per usual. And over the weekend, we have Jacqueline Richards doing her chair yoga. A great thing, and there's a lot of information there. So please check those out. With Dave, every Monday, he's doing his BAM barbecue as per usual. And again, yoga in Manitic, again, that's with Jacqueline Richards as well. So thank you, Jacqueline, for doing all that, getting people healthy that way. Our Moving to Heal on the Thursday for next week. And our beach party, I believe that is a Rivera get-together. You want to talk a little bit about that, Terry, if you'd like?
Sure. It's just going to be a fun few hours at the Westwood on Carling Avenue, 2374 Carling Avenue. And yeah, it's just going to be a fun day for people to come in and just, meet other people. I guess another networking opportunity possibly as well. So yeah, so spread the word. And I think there is a RSVP required just so that they know how much food and everything to prepare. So that would be great.
So this is also, if somebody is looking at this type of living, it's a great way to sort of see if this is for them, sort of thing. Exactly.
Yeah, definitely. So to come in and you can have a tour of the community and just talk to the people living there, what they think of it, and talk to the staff, see how the staff are treating, speaking to the residents as well, just to get an overview of, what it's all about. And we'd be happy to welcome you.
Okay, and there is a pool in the back, right? I'm kidding.
I was going to say I didn't know there was a beach on Carling.
Yeah, no Speedos allowed.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's great. Thank you, Terry.
Thank you.
Another event that I believe Terry is doing is another event. I'm just trying to look for it.
Is that the mix and mingle? No.
I think there's one in September. Anyway, I'm sure we'll come to it.
Yeah.
We have our of course our September 4th is our Labor Day day off. With that week, there's no meetings at all, so you can mark that on your calendar. The kids are back to school on the September the 4th, so that all works out.
Woo!
We also have our golf happening on September the 14th. I believe the deadline is for signing up as another week or so. So if you know you've got a foursome, or if you want to play golf in that way, you can sign up. All the links are there for that event. Bernie's been really promoting this, and he's been doing an amazing job to try to raise money for the Eastern Ontario Resource Centre. And it's all about domestic violence and helping seniors. They fed over 20,000 seniors there last year. And so just to keep that going, this is great. So it's $160 for a ticket, and that gets you a golf cart, and it includes food on the course. All right. It's a great day for that. And there you go. So all the links are here for it. So if you're looking at playing golf, if you don't play a lot of golf, that's great. I play once a year, and usually these type of events. And it's a great way to get the balls in the woods and washed in the lake for me. I usually need a bucket of balls just to get through the course. So it's all fun. I just love doing it. I also go fishing and don't catch fish, so I'm happy either way. On September the 20th, our Tanya Hewitt is doing her webinar, so highly recommend that. Starts at 11 a.m. For that. So if you want more information about that, you can have a BAM with Tanya and find out. But all of her presentations are just very relevant to today's business and today's issues. So highly recommend that as well. Autumn spiritual networking. I believe that this is Penny Lee or there's Jacqueline. There's someone that's putting this on, but it's a great networking opportunity. And you can sort of get out and do a little bit of soul searching and that kind of thing. So all the details are in that, as well as the HeartLink network. That's another network event for women, I believe, doing that. Our next mix and mingle is going to be, I believe, in Prince of Wales. Okay, yes. So that date, September the 26th, 6:30. And I believe that's Penny Lee just set that up. There was a conflict with the Barrhaven one, but it's okay. She's turned around and pivoted very, very well, and we now have another location. So thank you, Penny Lee, for that. That's awesome. Very well done. And so that's our month for there, and we're just getting close to the end there. So if you've done business, this is our I have portion. We are, by the way, looking for a travel agent. I know we're getting into some things in September, October with some restrictions. So I think really knowing a travel agent, I think, is going to be valuable here, because they'll be able to tell you where you can go and what the restrictions will be. Apparently, some of the mandates might be slowly coming back from what we hear. And so, yeah, if you know of somebody, have them come in for sure. If you've done BAM with somebody, if you've done business with somebody, let us know, because it will add to the all the stats that we are holding on to, and that's because I know there's a lot more that is not reported, but that's why we try to really mention that if you've done some kind of activity, we want to try and measure that, because that's how we can really see that, okay, things are really happening. The other thing, if you're going to any of these events with the Jacqueline Richards or with Penny Lee or whoever, let us know, because we don't know you've gone to this event, and that is also a ballot. If you've gone to a Phoenix event or a Phoenix member is doing something, then that's another ballot there. I heard just off the cuff that somebody had went to an event but never mentioned it, so I just found out by accident. So definitely let us know that, so because it's another chance to win that contest at the end of the year. So let's start with Steve. How was your week, sir?
Well, my week was great. I traveled. I went to Muskoka and saw my brother, who I never see, and his family, because they moved to Vancouver and it's not easy getting out there. So thankfully, they come once a year to Ontario and hang out in Muskoka, and we had a jolly good time. But it takes 5 hours to get there and 5 hours to drive back. So that takes a chunk out of it again. So it was very compressed. But yeah, we just came back yesterday, and it was really, we happened to have an amazing day on Tuesday in terms of the weather. And so that kind of took a chunk out of my week, but I'm trying to move forward with work I'm doing with Tanya, and that's progressing nicely now. And Penny Lee and I, yeah, we're inching toward that, but that should turn a corner really soon, because we've got some, I think we've decided on video that footage that can be used in the thing that I'm working on. So that's kind of my progress report, and I'm trying to get some BAMs done. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Have a great week.
Okay,
And
just
thank you, Penny Lee, for that summary on the presentations. I thought it was very good.
Just before I forget, while it's still in mind, if you are doing something with your website and you want to include video, we have records of some of the infomercials that you have done from like the past year or two. Okay, if you're looking for excerpts of your infomercial, let us know, and we'd be glad to send you that file. Okay, that's just a thought. So it'd be good to. I know some of the people I put it on your e-card, but you can also put it on your website if Steve needs that. So just wanted to mention that. And Norm, over to you, sir. How was your week, sir?
Good. It was busy. We're finally catching up. A lot of our materials are finally coming in for a great big job. So it's been a hectic week. And with Steve, with your presentation with the numbering thing, that's so important that people do things sequentially, right? If you do things out of order, it messes everything up, and it's a lot more work to get back on track. So that's really important that people realize that, you know, you have to do things in order, and numbering them and highlighting them to people to follow the steps that you want them to follow. That was a really good presentation. And for Penny Lee, of course, my wife had attended the meeting yesterday. She missed the last two, the one before, because my grandson thought she was supposed to start at 1. It was supposed to start at 12. So, and we set up a new thing with a different chair so that Penny Lee's thing works a lot better. So thank you for that, for Penny Lee.
Okay, thank you, Norm. Yeah, I know about the order that some people will do it. It's ready, fire, aim in some cases. Terry Black, over to you.
Great. Thanks, Steve, for your presentation. I learned something new today, and there's really a lot to consider when you're marketing and promoting your business, right? That's why we need to come to you for your creativity and your expertise. So thanks for that. I had a BAM with Susan McGarry past week, so that was great. And yeah, so I'm open to setting up more BAMs. Summer's coming, you know, slowing down and stuff for me. So I'm ready to, I have more time to do some BAMs. So I'll be reaching out to you guys and some other people. So have a great week. Oh, by the way, I just wanted to mention for our Mix and Mingle at Prince of Wales this month, if you're a pool advocate or a pool shark, bring your stick, because there's some pool tables that we can have access to. It's going to be fun. We'll play some pool.
Okay. Wait,
we're
is this the event in Prince of Wales?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I got a pool cue. I haven't played in a long time. Okay.
Yeah. Good. So let's have some fun.
Oh, absolutely. That'll even fit on my motorcycle. Cool. Yeah.
Okay. What if you don't have a queue? Can do they have any available for non-queue owners?
Oh yeah, they do, because I don't have one either. But yeah,
that's called the broom.
It'll be fun.
I used to have a table way back. Actually, when I was a teenager, we had one at home. It was perfect, but then they got lost at some point. We didn't get lost; it got given to someone else. So
okay,
didn't come down to me. So no more pool table.
Thanks a lot, Terry. That's awesome. And just as a side note, as you're doing a BAM, you could talk about other things that you do as hobbies. I mean, if you're also, let's say you have a side hustle on on skincare, or if you're also a painter and you do other things. And this is great about what we can do with BAMs. You can add so many other things, not just what you're going through in the meeting. So I just thought I'd mention that. Penny Lee, over to you. How was your week?
So far, so good. Just so you know, I have to give credit to Terry for setting up the Prince of Wales thing, because all I did was reach out to her, and she took all of my past email information of what I was looking for and sent that off to the gal at Prince of Wales. So when I got the confirmation, all the details were absolutely perfect. So thank you, Terry, for your help on that. Steve, thank you again for your presentation. It's always a great reminder of all the details that we need to consider when marketing. And so that was a great presentation, and love the concept of the icons, because you're right, people don't take time to read. That's one thing I've definitely learned over the course of the last few years. And I have ongoing business with Sheldon, of course, because of our spider, and ongoing business with Susan Ebbs. I'm going to be doing a BAM with Wendy Chung tomorrow. And I'm actually going to see Shane for a laser treatment. And just so you know, if you know anybody that has any discomfort or limited mobility, I have osteoarthritis in my feet. And so using the laser helps to break up some of the buildup of bone. And so that's what Shane's going to do for me tomorrow. And I can't wait, because I'll be doing the happy dance after.
Okay, thanks, Penny Lee. Yeah, great.
Tomorrow, I'm going to fix my sign, so I'll be all set.
Yeah, for sure. And Susan, how was your week?
Yeah, I had a great week. Great presentation, Steve. Always love your intellect, because you're so right. We've got to change with the times. How we used to promote our business in the 80s is just not the same as 2023. And you're right, Tony, those long emails, man, delete, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you got to do what your prospects and customers want. And what would you do to you, right? That's what I do. I'm seeing Shane today. I'm bringing him a referral, Krista. So I went ahead and booked myself as well. If I'm going to make the drive, I might as well. We're going together. We'll do a double in one. Doing ongoing business with Matthew and Guy. They've started on the joint control, and Guy's already shared yesterday that he's getting results. So that's exciting. I had a BAM with Terry and Penny, and I was supposed to do her class last night, and I thought, okay, I'll take a cat nap. I'm going to get rested up for this. I'm going to, be prepared, be good. I woke up at 9:15. I'm like, oh my God, that's a long cat nap. Anyways, my
sleep is valuable too.
Yeah, my sincere apologies. So thank you. Have a great weekend, everyone.
I don't know how many times I've done that too. Yeah, get set up for something. We didn't get Tova. She's not. Oh, she left. Okay. And Jacqueline, how was your week?
I will start with thank you, Steve. The nuggets of information you gave us, very much appreciate. I know there's more. Oh, yeah. And thank you, Tony, very much for our conversation yesterday. I am very much looking forward to my BAMs next week. I have, I think, 3 set up. So I am so looking forward to having those conversations and learning more about people who I may not know. So have a fantastic kind of week. Ciao for now.
Thanks, Jacqueline. And Sam, over to you.
Thank you, Tony. First of all, Steve, great presentation. I jotted down pictogram and infographics, so I'm going to follow up on that. I know I did a video there that actually Tony helped me with, and I've never posted it on my website. I should get that done, because I understand I got quite a few hits from that. I think it was Facebook that Tony put it on. Anyway, I'm going to have to get that done. Susan Ebbs, I had a BAM with her a couple of weeks ago. I bought some product, and I ordered some other cleaning solutions from her. Guy, I had a BAM with him, and he referred me to a friend of his who I'm putting this dash camera in today, and a kill switch in his vehicle. I understand that it was stolen, and he wants to prevent it from getting taken from his driveway again. So these two things I'm going to put in for him. And lastly, continue to advertise for Alex. When I do work, I put one of his pamphlets in with my receipts, my customers. That's it for me. Have a good weekend.
Thank you, Sam. Tanya, how was your week?
I had a pretty good week, Tony, thanks. So I had met with Ishmael, and hopefully we'll get some things, some traction there. And I have talked with Steve, and I hope we'll be meeting a little later today.
Yeah.
Benefiting from a lot of the things that he talked about in his talk today. So have a great week, everybody.
Okay. Thanks, Tanya. And yeah, it was a great presentation, Steve. Thank you. That was very good and very relevant to today. That pictures, it's got to be so quick and so easily identifiable. But sometimes making it easy isn't easy. You need someone to
Well,
like you said, with the numbers, and just so you know where the eyes are going to go and so on.
Yeah.
So you need somebody that will do it that way. So thanks a lot for that,
It's
Steve.
been said that the best designs are the ones. It's not about how much you can put in; it's about figuring out how much you can take away.
Yes, exactly.
Less is more, and you only have a really good design when you've figured out the last thing you can take away without the whole thing falling apart. And it's the minimalism, but
That's it. Exactly.
Say it with less, and that's the art. That's the true art form, and usually the best solution.
All right, and did some business with Susan. Thank you very much for the delivery of that the latest product there. I'll probably get that joint control part that we'll try to meet within the next week or so. That we talked about. We'll see how that will go. And Deirdre, our new interior designer, had a band with her and sent her a referral on the first day that she came in. So that was great timing. Jacqueline had a band with her yesterday. Thank you, Jacqueline. That was wonderful. Thank you for being so open there. And we're going to be doing some business with Dave and Tova with ongoing business with everything. We got our bikes, cars, all that stuff on there. So we're going to renegotiate some of that stuff, and we're working with her. So that's it for today. And just to give you a quote at the end of the day, you can get anything in life that you want as long as you have enough other people that get what they want. That's from Zig Ziglar. All right. So we'll have